best marketing is when a trader gets paid out. That's really the best marketing that you could do. This is a business relationship that we have with our traders, right? You trust us, with your money, you come in to take your challenges. The expectation is that when you do make money and you do request a payout, that things are done quickly, efficiently, and that there's no bullshit hoops that you gotta jump.
There's not every single week is gonna be this new record-setting week where, it's just gonna be green every day. You gotta take it as it comes. But I would say as a retail trader, splitting up the different by having different accounts, multiple accounts. Don't put all your eggs in one basket in one account. Have like maybe 2 or 3 batches of accounts if you do trade, and that will help spread out the drawdown a little bit. Because maybe, for example, like I actually tweeted about it today. I lost a Hydra challenge today. Boom, I tried to go for it, lost it. Boom. The thing is, I've got some other payouts that are due next week. So if I traded all of them at the same time, I'd be getting cooked. But I'm not, so I'm spreading the risk out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Challenge Accepted podcast. We've had a little hiatus, a little bit of a break in recording because you can see right now I'm not in my usual studio space. I am actually in Bangkok. I've been traveling the last couple of weeks. I've been in Singapore, now Bangkok. Got a little bit of a hectic schedule coming up, so our uploads might not be as frequent or as normally scheduled, but we do have some very exciting content planned for you coming up. Besides just the Challenge Accepted podcast episodes, there's a lot more that we're planning to do with the channel. So I want to thank you guys for those of you that have been here, for supporting the channel, and I would love to take this moment to ask you to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. It would help us a lot. And without further ado, we're going to get into today's episode topic, which is, I'd first of all like to congratulate James. James just took his first payout from Hydra Funding. Round of applause. And he took a payout on his funded account, and I think we want to get into the specifics because I believe we've covered his trading journey from him taking challenges to him passing the challenge, getting a funded account, and now he's finally made his first payout. How much was the payout, James?
It was $2,600. So I made about $3.5 grand on the account. 75% of it, $2,600. Yeah, let me get it up.
And
let me show you guys.
50K challenge.
This is the payout over here. There we go.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So today's episode, we're gonna go through James's payout. As you know, we've covered his journey throughout the whole process, as I've said, and here at Hydra Funding, especially on this podcast and this channel, we always prioritize and place very high emphasis on bringing you guys the truth, the real stuff. We know that there's a lot of scumminess happening in the trading industry, but here we're really committed to showing you the truth, how someone goes through failing challenges, how to approach that, to how to manage risk from challenge phase 1 to phase 2. We've covered all that, how to manage risk to keep your funded account alive, and the strategies on even taking payouts. Now, we're gonna dive straight into the numbers. James, I'm gonna let you take this away, and I'm going to cut in if I have questions, as we go through this recording. So please take it away.
Yeah, as you guys know, this is my second funded account. I blew the first one after about 2 months. So tried to trade a little bit more aggressive on it because I wanted to build up a buffer. Once I got to this payout level, I was like, okay, cool. I'm happy with this payout. Let me take it. And my goal is to get another account passed over the line. And I'm going to purchase another maybe 100K account because this was on a 50K account. So obviously I made about just under 8%.
Maybe you want to pull up the TradeZella or something so we can just have a look at the numbers. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so here's the TradeZella on the account. You can see it was $3,498, and then obviously 75% of that was my payout. So as you can see, really nice. I had my day win percentage of 89%, a trade win percentage of 84%, average RR of right on a 0.5, $51 and $104. But I think the nice impressive part about this is I started off with the red day, and then I had all green days in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 8, 6, 7, 8. 8 green days in a row. So, yeah, I mean, you can't be upset with that. You can see, let's go to my report section. Let's just go to my instruments that I was actually trading. The DAX, bro. The DAX, I've told myself so often, is that I need to stop clowning around on EJ and GJ. I've been trading the DAX very nicely, so I've got to go with what's working. Yeah, what else? Any questions on this so far, Diwa?
Yeah, I'd love to, get into number one, the risk management side of things. Obviously, we know that And maybe some of you don't know, some of you for the new viewers here, James trades a much higher win rate, lower RR system.
Yes.
So we're used to seeing him below 1 in terms of the risk reward. But I would really like to know in terms of risk management, because obviously you made quite a fair bit of profit in just 9 total days of trading on the funded account, right? So that's a very good chunk of change. Was it 7%? 7+%?
Yeah, it was in terms of percent. It won't give me the percent because it needs a starting balance. But the C Trader accounts always do this. This was on a C Trader account with Hydra, by the way. But I mean, what's it at? $3,500. It's would be 7%. 7%.
Yeah, 7%. So 7% gain, within 9 days is tremendous. It's obviously a very, very good result. So I'd love to ask a little bit about your risk management. You said you were being a little bit more aggressive. Was that just on the challenge phase, or were you also aggressive during this funded phase?
Yeah, so this is something that I think, as you can see, my average risk trade was about $104, which is just about like 0.2%, I'll call it. But what I did with these challenges, or this challenge leading and into the live account, was that markets have actually been a lot more hot in the last month. I would say markets are moving a lot. I don't know, DY, if you're in your own trading, but the Nasdaq's been moving like 1,400 points up and then 1,400 points down on fake tweets.
Yeah, there's obviously been a tremendous amount of volatility for any of you that have been trading. Like you know that there's been, especially on the equities markets, there's been a lot of movement.
Yeah. So basically what I've been doing with that given in mind, I was like, well, I'm going to attack this now. I've got a live account. I'm going to risk 1 to 2% a trade. That's what I was doing. But with a little bit wider stops, and I was actually cutting them way before my take profit and stop loss, because I was just going with a little bit of wider stops. I didn't want to have my tighter stop losses in a market environment that is moving 1,400 points up and down on fake tweets with the Nasdaq and the DAX was doing. I think in terms of this, I was just being a little bit more aggressive. I was risking between 0.5 to 1.5, 2% a trade, and taking a lot more trades as well. You can see I had over 128 trades, in that period. So maybe not call it macro scalping, but scalping, day trading within, my average trade time. Let's have a look at my average trade time, Tiwa. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, 59 minutes, bro. 59 minutes was my average trade time. As you can see, I'm still being
3-minute James is back.
Yeah, exactly. 2-minute James. Right. Well, this is a bit of a mixture in between. I got to find good life balance, right? But 2-minute James is back. I mean, dude, like, I think something that I just went on a little bit of a more hot streak, I think, and I just was riding that, dude. Like the DAX was moving a lot, so was US indexes, and I just kind of capitalized on that. So my plan, though, with the next time I pass a funded account, is to basically trade at smaller risk and build up a buffer. But with this one, I just wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, and that's leaning into current market conditions. In terms of the payout, I think I do want to mention this. In terms of the payout, very efficient. I placed the payout on the Friday, and I got the money in my account. I believe it was the Tuesday evening, my time, South African time. So obviously the weekend doesn't really count. So you can look at it as 2 business days, Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, that's pretty much our standard payout time of 48 business hours. I believe you also had a little hiccup because you had to set up some Rise stuff because it was your first time taking a payout, right?
No. Yeah, it was the first time taking a payout from Hydra, so I had to accept contract request, everything like that. But it all came through brilliantly.
Yeah.
No issues.
So, generally speaking, I think for those of you who aren't on second payouts or have already connected Rise and stuff like that, or just straight up crypto payouts, generally, I think within 24 business hours, and then since James, it was his first time, on Rise, 48 business hours is really what we're used to seeing, and really our average payout time is between 24 to 48 business hours, and it's direct to you. As we've said constantly since the beginning, when James has been trading this whole time, we've been extremely transparent with you guys. When he's failed challenges, he's been upfront, transparent about it on social media, here on the podcast. We've gone through even results of challenges that he's not passed. So I really, really want to congratulate James here on this point for achieving a payout. That's definitely a significant milestone. I'm very happy that he's gone on to the payouts phase with Hydra now. Now I want to talk a little bit about this account, right? Because obviously you withdrew the full amount, and at Hydra, if you do withdraw the full amount, your account is considered breached, because on your first payout, your max loss moves to the initial balance, right? So it's on you to decide how you want to manage after your first payout. So I kind of want to talk about this a little bit because obviously, we've talked about this off camera. I think you have fantastic reasons, but I think that it's actually helpful for the viewers out there who are approaching, doing challenges, whether that's a Hydra one, whether that's at another prop firm, think about paying yourself and understand the priority. Like, hey, taking a payout is sometimes a really, really good thing, especially if it's your first one, especially if it's a milestone for you. So I really want to, what you told me when you were taking the payout, I want you to run through the mindset of that and what you were trying to do.
Yeah. So the reason I wanted to take the payout, and by the way, when I did request the full amount on Friday, they did, Hydra actually, you guys did actually send me an email back saying, hey, if you withdraw the full amount, your account will be breached. And that was obviously pretty well noted. But I think for me, what I wanted to do is I just wanted to take a payout and you guys have seen me through the whole challenge phase on here. I just wanted to take a payout to get the confidence up. Okay, cool. Get the confidence up a little bit. Let's move, let's get that. Trading's a big confidence game, right? When you're taking payouts and you are taking them consistently, you're going to be, it's in a good headspace for you to continue trading. So I was like, let me take the payout, let me use it to roll over into some more challenges. Maybe, as I said, getting a 100K account with Hydra, and then we move forward like that. So I just wanted to making 7% on a funded account is pretty neat, so I wanted to do that, take that, get a bigger account, and then maybe I look to build up a buffer on a bigger account, maybe like a 100K or 200K challenge with Hydra. I think that's probably going to be my next step. You got that book, My Next Step. That's probably going to be my next step. But I wanted to take a payout for the confidence factor, and then to move forward like that. And also to show you guys how fast the Hydra funding payout process is, showing you guys, because now I can say, well, I've been paid from Hydra. They pay very quickly. This is the process. Easier for you guys to actually take what I'm saying seriously in the podcast as well.
Yeah, 100%. I've always said from the beginning, and I think a lot of traders that do work with us and people that know me know that my belief and our belief is that the best marketing is when a trader gets paid out. That's really the best marketing that you could do, because first of all, you have cemented someone's confidence in your company and your firm, right? Like this is a business relationship that we have with our traders, right? You trust us, with your money, you come in to take your challenges. The expectation is that when you do make money and you do request a payout, that things are done quickly, efficiently, and that there's no bullshit hoops that you got to jump through, right? So, we've always done things the right way since the beginning, especially with James. And it's taken a while for him to get to the payout stage. And I can't stress how happy I am, honestly, for James, because he's a leader in his community. And, now he's going to be able to say with all integrity and, all honesty that, hey, like, I've gone through the ringer. I've gone through the challenge phase, funded phase. I know all of the rules, the ins and outs. I know the payout times. I know exactly what the entire trading experience at Hydra Funding has been. And he's going to be able to share that and be a real ambassador to his community. I really hope that more of the guys over at ASFX are able to have the confidence now, to hop on and, trade with Hydra. We do have our futures platform coming up very, very shortly. Within this month, we're going to go live. So keep your eyes out for the announcement. And we have a lot of exciting things as far as product, that are coming up, some of which I'm not at liberty to discuss just yet, but there are so many cool things that are happening this year, and we're very, very excited. We got even like animations coming up of our own cartoon characters, which is going to be awesome. There's so many things that we're doing that you guys will be able to start seeing very soon. But today's episode, I just want to congratulate James. Make it a final kind of like. Considering the run up of all the previous videos that we did documenting his journey, today's one is one that we're celebrating a payout, and I believe that there will be more to come for James. James is a tremendously consistent trader. He knows how to trade not just a live account, right? Not just his own personal funds and getting gains from that, but he also knows how to play the prop game. And I really do suggest you guys go watch the previous episodes. Where we've talked about how he approaches challenges, how he maintains, controls aggression, how he decides when he's going to go more aggressive, when he's going to go more protective, right? And even in this time period, he saw that the market volatility was there, trades were going his way, and he wasn't afraid to step up on the risk side and make a significant percentage gain and take a good payout. Like, I think that one of the things that as a trader that you can do especially within trading the prop game, is you should realize your gains, especially if you're at a new firm, whether that's Hydra or somewhere else. Realize your gains, because you don't know if this firm's going to pay you out. You don't know until the money gets into your bank account or your crypto wallet or whatever you choose. You don't know whether they're actually good for the money or not. So it's always good to realize your gains, which is why I was extremely supportive of James when he was like, hey bro, like I just made a good percentage gain on the account. I'm going to withdraw the full amount and then I'm going to go for a larger account size. And I was like, that's smart, man. Like, take the money, put it in your pocket. Like, I'm all for traders making money, realizing gains, putting it in your pocket. Because once it's in your pocket, you can then decide, cool, maybe I want to, set aside some, like a couple $100 here, buy myself something nice, congratulate myself on, passing.
DY, I was saying that I just wanted a new driver, bro.
Driver's expensive these days.
Yeah. No, no, I want you guys to hold me accountable. My next plan is I want to take a 200K account and I want to build it to 10%. And then what I'll do is I'll take out 5% and leave 5% in to take like a monthly salary from that account every single month. That is my next plan, is to get a 200K account, make 10%, withdraw 5% of profits, which would be 10 grand of profits, leave 10 grand in as a buffer. And then anything over 10 grand, I'll take as a salary at the end of each month. That's my next.
And of course, you guys can count on us documenting that journey here.
Yeah.
Once James has gotten started, we're going to keep you guys posted on the process. We're going to share his trades. We're going to share his strategies. We're going to share his risk management the same way that we've done throughout this
wins
whole
and losses, dude.
period. Wins, losses, whatever it is.
Full transparent approach. Yeah.
Another thing that I kind of want to touch on in today's episode, it's going to be a quick one, but for those of you, I would love to know, James, do you have some advice for any traders that are currently funded, if they're currently funded, trading a funded account, but in drawdown, right? Like, we know that that's probably an even tougher situation than being in a challenge phase, because if you fail a challenge, you just get another one. But if you fail a funded account, it's almost like you got to go all the way back to square one. So psychologically, there's potentially a little bit more stress. And you're very experienced in this and obviously have traded through many stretches of drawdown. So I would love to know if you have some advice for the viewers.
Yeah. So basically, what I would do, and I think this is something that's actually helped me in the last couple of months and what I wasn't doing before, because I've been, my main capital that I do trade actually is with a personal trading account. And that's, when you lose 10% on a personal trading account, you down 10%. There's no, let me buy a reset, another challenge. No, you're down 10%. So I think what I've done quite nice, and I think that is something that I've got told this from some guys that were doing it. It was like, let's just say you want to get funded with 200 grand with Hydra. Instead of buying one account, and we've spoken about this on previous episodes, is buy 4 50K accounts and you're giving yourself 4 chances. So if you are in drawdown on one account, you have allocation, go get another account, and then you trade them at the same time or separately. And then you're basically splitting up your risk as a retail trader. But in terms of drawdown and that they are going to come this week has been pretty poor. Trading with conditions, and I haven't traded too great this week. It's been very, very tough conditions. So there's not every single week is going to be this new record-setting week where, it's just going to be green every day. You got to take it as it comes. But I would say as a retail trader, splitting up the different by having different accounts, multiple accounts. Don't put all your eggs in one basket in one account. Have like maybe 2 or 3 batches of accounts that you do trade, and that will help spread out the drawdown a little bit. Because maybe, for example, like I actually tweeted about it today. I lost a Hydra challenge today. Boom, I tried to go for it, lost it. Boom. Like that. But the thing is, I've got some other payouts that are due next week. So if I traded all of them at the same time, I'd be getting cooked. But I'm not. So I'm spreading the risk out. And I think that's probably a smart thing to do. So maybe when I'm going for, as I said, a 200K Hydra challenge, I might be buying 5, 6, 50K accounts and splitting the risk up like that. That's probably my plan.
Viewing your like goal of like, hey, let's say I want to get 200K funded, viewing your goal as this is the allocation that I want to get to, as opposed to I'm going to go one account 200K, right? Like viewing this as, hey, I want to get to a 200K allocation and then stair-stepping your way up. I 100% support this strategy because it takes so much stress and a lot of performance anxiety off the table for you, because you don't just have one shot, right? Like you don't want just like one bullet in the tank. You want to be able to say, cool, I want to trade this aggressive. I want to get this fast. I don't want to be trading a challenge forever. And especially for those of you that are more experienced, right? You can play around with the risk parameters. This is what the prop game is about. Prop trading is almost like a gamified level on top of trading a personal account, because you have smaller margins to work with, you have parameters and rules, you have challenge phases and stuff like that. So you want to be able to play that game to get yourself to that point where you can actually earn and make real money and make real money decisions, which, you know, James, once again, have to congratulate you on this. We're going to keep today's episode short, as James does have a hard cutoff time, but again,
I'm gonna go buy my driver.
to just give you guys a little bit of an update. You know, the OGs in here that have been following the Challenge Accepted podcast for a while want to step in, because, yeah, I've been traveling a bit. I have not been able to record, but, yeah, I've just managed to settle down in Bangkok, get my setup with the camera, microphones all sorted out. So we'll be able to bring you guys some episodes before we're going to record a couple episodes before I fly to Dubai next week. So the travel schedule is a little bit intense, but I'm gonna keep my foot on the gas and try to keep these episodes coming. And we definitely have some good stuff planned for you guys. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.